4 बज गए लेकिन पार्टी अभी बाकी है, टल्ली गिर गए लेकिन पार्टी अभी बाकी है, मेरे डैडी है नाराज लेकिन पार्टी अभी बाकी है.
Let's speak to the person themselves. So, Sat Sri Akal.
सत श्री अकाल जी.
मेरे इधर भैन ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਹੱਥ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਾ.
Oh, of course.
Salute me, Master.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Salute to you and your achievements.
Thank you so much.
How wonderful to have you on the show. I was going to let you go, you know.
Wow, this is a pleasure for me. I was waiting for. This is a big one, British.
It's huge. No, huge for us.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so
And
much.
my children are here today as well.
Yeah.
Fans, they're up at the house. Big fans of the film.
Yeah.
Big fans of you. You know, big.
I feel very blessed.
Yeah.
Especially coming back and seeing everybody again and how much they're proud of me. You know, it's really good for me.
Yeah. Brilliant achievement. And your story is such inspiring and there's so much to it as well. And I know I introduced you as Tarun because that's who was. Tell us a little bit about Tarun first before we go into the Hard Kaur, because I think we all know that, but there's such an inspirational story behind Tarun Kaur's life.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very long story. You know, I was born in India. I didn't have a clue about music. I know the only person in my family who does music is my Puaji.
All right.
She's a teacher still till this date in Uttar Pradesh. My grandparents were in UP, so I was born in Kanpur. So everybody else was born in Punjab and Delhi.
Okay.
I'm the only one born in Kanpur. And, you know, we went through the 1984 riots. I lost my father at the age of 5. You know, it was just a difficult time. I think I've seen a lot of tragedies, and the reason, you know, why I'm here is because of one person. That's my mom.
Superwoman.
Yes, she's a real superwoman. You know.
Yeah.
My mother went through a lot of hardship, you know, without having a father, you know, a man in the family. A lot of people make your life difficult. ਜਦੋਂ ਬੰਦਾ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲੋਕੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਤੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ, ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੈ. So
Banda as a male figure, is
yes,
it?
a male figure, you know, they think that you can't survive. My mom has given us everything, you know. My mom has been my mom and dad. At the UK, she remarried, we came to UK. It was a totally different place for us when we Angrezi nahi aandi si bolni. I used to get bullied at school.
From UP to UK?
Yeah. It was totally great. I mean, after the riots, we shifted to Punjab.
What was that time like? Because obviously a lot of us talk about the 1984s and still people continue to go on about that.
Yeah.
But obviously you lived that, and how old were you? You were about 5, did you say?
5, 6 years old, yeah. I have
what was the atmosphere? What was it? Being in that, because it must be so traumatic.
I was very young, so, you know, I don't actually remember that much. I have visions of there's a big crowd trying to break into the doors, and my grandparents, you know, my grandma getting the money together from those old almariyan, the metal almariyan. I have a vision of, you know, because my dad, they used to work in the gun factory in Kanpur.
Oh, right.
So they knew that, you know, they got Jehegya Banduka. So there was a little bit, you know, we were the last ones kind of to be attacked.
Right.
Our next door neighbors were burnt alive because उन्होंने अपने क्या सी सिक्खियां सी अपने बाल नहीं कटांगे, उन्होंने जिंदा आग लाती सी. ते ये सारा कुछ देखा है बहुत early age ते. So मैंने अजे तक वो visions याद रहते हैं. You know, when you're small, you look up and everything seems so much bigger. Couple of years back, I went to UP, and मैं जब उसे कानपुर गई, मैं कहते कि actually इतना बड़ा नहीं थी. You know, when you're a kid, it's
a huge
exaggerated version. And I saw that, you know, how they build everything back up again. And उसके बाद उसी पंजाब shift कर गई थी. फिर मम्मी single parents थी, तो मम्मी को मतलब she had 2 jobs and she's trying to look after us. But India is hard है because you got free education, you know, free hospitals. So she had to kind of make a choice. And the choice was given to her because ਜਦੋਂ मेरी मम्मी पंजाब गई थी, उतो उन्होंने एक friend मिली थी जिन्होंने कहा कि look, you can marry this guy as a divorcee. You guys need a father. You know, your kids need a father. You know, तो कि hard work कर दिए तो कल्ले नहीं संभे जाने. So, you know, she married the guy who's much older to her just for us. You know, sacrificed everything and just came to England.
I think sometimes you forget that the sacrifices the parents do make,
especially
in those domestic,
people.
And we take it for granted. Especially in those domestic sort of violence cases or emotional or physical. And they literally do it for the children.
Yeah,
There's no
Indian
me in
parents
there.
work very, very hard, and I guess that's the reason why I realized at a very early age that I've come to England. I better learn how to speak English properly. I better do something because inside you have a lot of pain, and I didn't want to put it in the wrong direction. My mom's always taught me that you should always take something negative and turn it into positive. So I didn't want to be bitter about what happened to me in '84 and I lost my father. Life ਚੱਲੂਗੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜੀਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਬਟ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੁਰਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਜਾਂ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ so this is what I did. I discovered hip hop and hence
of all the things
Hard Kaur is here.
All the things to discover hip hop in Handsworth as well. I would have thought you'd more sort of reggae in Handsworth because it's the land of Apache Indian.
That's actually how it happened. मैं स्कूल से सीखी and मैं ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸ ਟੇਬਲ ਤੇ ਫਿੱਟ ਹੋਵਾਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਟੇਬਲ ਹੈ ਆ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਸ ਮੇਕਅਪ ਤੇ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਬੋਰਿੰਗ ਇੱਕ ਟੇਬਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਸ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਆਹ ਵਾਲਾ ਟੇਬਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਕਰਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਨੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ and then there was the table of the Afro-Caribbean girls and I got along with them and a lot of them were Jamaicans they used to listen to reggae music and stuff like that but they were listening to reggae jungle back in the day when vinyl used to be there but when I heard hip-hop I believed this is me.
Right.
I remember my first video, it was Lords of the Underground, Chief Raka. My first CD I bought was Keith Murray, The Most Beautiful Things in the World. And this is what I fell in love. I was like, all that tragedy can be, kind of explained. Meri jinni bhi aag gaya na, or writing ch include. So I started writing. Because as a MC, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੰਗਰ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਾਣਾ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਰੈਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪ ਸਿੱਖਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ it's a street language and plus you also have to be original and you have to be different every single time and you have to have a cool name and it's a whole lifestyle. Hip hop is a whole lifestyle. It's not just about just about rapping. You feel hip hop, you live hip hop. People who are b-boys and graffiti artists and the beatboxers and DJs. This is all the elements of hip hop. So it's a whole new world for me. And I entered this world like, oh my God, I love this. You can wear what you want, say what you want, do what you want, wear what you want. So it was comfortable for
under the banner of hip hop. So I mean, was it that you just wanted to forget Tarun and become hardcore? Is that forget that person? You felt that I need this sort of not makeover, but I need this new person to excel forward.
Definitely.
And is that where hardcore was born then?
I think UK did that to me. I think Birmingham is why my heart is always in Birmingham, even though I'm born in India, is because India is my roots and it's my culture. But Birmingham has taught me how to say no, how to stand up for myself, how to kind of believe in what you do. It gave me discipline. It made me tough. So, and I always say this about the Birmingham crowd, especially if you're performing to any artist. It might be the hardest crowd to please, but once you're killing it, they love you. Birmingham is like the best crowd you can have, And I love growing up in UK overall. It taught me a lot.
Yeah, so Birmingham's like sort of breaking America. A lot of artists from UK, obviously, they're successful here. A lot of the mainstream artists, but once they break America, they think that's it. We've done it. So is Birmingham the sort of epicenter of that culture? If an artist breaks Birmingham,
I grew up on American hip hop music. I didn't really grow up on British hip hop music. We had people like Roots Maneuver who were amazing. Now you got a lot of the grime scene, but I always listened to American hip hop because that's the home of hip hop. That's original East Coast. I'm an East Coast girl, so that's the kind of hip hop I used to do.
How did Mom feel? Because she must have been into her Punjabi, Desi music. I don't know, maybe Dharminder or the music, the filmy scene or whatever. So when did you sort of say to her that this is the line I'm gonna follow? This is the way I'm going. Because once again, it must be quite difficult for her, single mother, 2 children, and daughters kind of like. Not going off the handle.
Wanted to do something that no Indian has been done before.
As supportive, I suppose, as moms and parents are, I think to us society really matters, doesn't it? Because what people think or the direction they go in.
If it wasn't for my mom supporting me, I wouldn't be here. She's never said, a word to me regarding my music. She heard my lyrics. She goes, "This is poetry. You're doing something good." And because I was originally a dancer, from the age of 3, I had rhythm. So I would never fall out of the beat. So, when you got rhythm and you're writing good, that's where you have to work hard and master your art form.
Yeah.
And then practice your vocal technique, your flow. But my mom was super proud of me, and she was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm talking 21, 22 years ago,
Yeah.
no one used to rap.
A long time.
Yeah.
Not long time as in
2 decades.
Not long time as in the age, but at that time, I suppose you.
In the age too, that's
Yeah.
right. I still look on this.
You look amazing. You look amazing. You absolutely look amazing. And I've seen you for such a long time, evolving and making the choices that you have. But in those days, I suppose, for a Punjabi girl to be on the hip hop scene and the way you used to be and ghetto and your dress sense and everything, people did, suppose they did look at you frown or what was
the dress sense thing, I used to, I shaved off my head, almost yours.
Yeah,
But,
I remember
number
that
2, I think,
period.
right? I had that stage where I wanted to look like a boy because I thought it shouldn't be about what you look like.
Right.
It should be about your skills on the microphone. So I thought if I don't look attractive, I'll be taken more seriously.
Okay.
Which never stops certain people anyway.
But looking attractive or
Well, stopping from like a certain kind of look and beauty,
Yeah.
what's considered beautiful.
yeah.
And then, I was just doing my thing, and I got a lot of respect for, non-Indian people who say to me, "You're Indian? Oh my God, you're a good MC, you should do this." And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I got a lot of push from non-Asian people. I have to say, a lot of white people, a lot of black people gave me a lot of love, which kind of made me think, yeah, you are good.
Because they could understand you, I suppose.
Also, it's the competition level
Right.
is so high.
Yeah.
I didn't want to write and be a novelty rapper and be okay just for my area.
Yeah.
I wanted to be such a good rapper that if I was to go to America and I'm having a battle or an open mic, I should be able to take them on.
Sure.
So your technique, you really have to work on, and you have to sound original. That's the main
Right.
thing in hip hop. And I did that. I'm so happy that I hibernated in my room and just write. And instead of going out there and partying and wasting time on, boys and stuff, I was writing. So I was pretty happy doing that.
So can you go back to that period and just think what was the first thing that you wrote, or what was the first thing that came to your head, or the first
You don't want to hear
some of the earlier stuff, not from the sense of not from the sense of like commercially viable,
Yeah.
but from your soul.
I wrote something called 1984 Changed My Life.
Yeah.
And that was something really from my heart.
Would you mind sharing a few lyrics? Please, thank
it's
you.
very long, so I'll just do a small version of it.
Sure. I've got all
This
of
is when I was really young. I think this is about 17. So we came from overseas because they destroyed our peace, and now your people call my people disease. You had us on our knees, begging you please for the life I received to be who I am. You were hurting my children like you didn't give a damn. You raped my motherland, you threw her face in the sand. Back in the day, one heart, one soul, we say. Now we can't even walk on the streets, that's ours anyway. They were nasty, shake my hand and slap me, threatened to harass me. They even try to gas me, ask me. I'll tell you everything that I know, and that's the same reason that force Hard Kaur. We got to break all these laws and let them know we ain't about to go. This is just the start of this show. I get even if I have to. There's only one way I know we can attack through. The land of the kings, we were riding with the tigers, holding my head high up and saluting the sky. I see the pain in your eye. Flashbacks yours with still prisoners inside. Release the pressure, release the jewels that in yours, the style that in yours, give back what in yours. These things got me going mad, making my sister sad. You separated us, India and Pakistan. And that, it just kept going like,
That's brilliant.
Thank
Absolutely brilliant. I was going to say, who was that to you? But when you said the last few lines,
Yeah.
I knew who you were talking to then.
Yeah, I just meant like we should break the system because the system's breaking us apart.
Yeah.
It was the lyrics about, it was social issues, and I was talking about real stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of hip hop I grew up with. I grew up with 90s hip hop,
Yeah.
which is more about expressing your stories and expressing yourself in a different way. Obviously, we got the different type of hip hop now, which is more party hip hop.
Yeah.
Booty, cars,
Get a Ferrari.
chains. So yeah, it's a different hip hop scene now. But I mean, you still got your good artists.
Yeah.
You have a choice as a viewer, as fans, to what you want to listen to. Do you want to listen to party stuff? Enjoy that. You want to listen to real, authentic hip hop? Enjoy
But
that.
what about as you as an artist? Where does your, obviously you have to do commercially, you have to do the party
Yeah.
stuff, and because that's the way the world is going.
Yeah.
But do you sort of something from your soul? You always want to produce one or two of those, as in sort of telling the world how you feel.
Yeah.
Is that vital? Is that important for you as an artist?
You know,
So
as an
people don't understand
artist, there comes a time where you think, why did you get into this?
Yeah.
Why did you start this? You know, it's not always about the money.
Sure.
It's what I did with Sherni.
Yeah.
You know, Katte on Coke Studio is probably the closest I got to doing something real, authentic hip hop.
Right.
When Ram Sampath said to me, it's going to be Bhabri Devi and you know, I'm giving you freedom here. Just don't do any Bollywood stuff. Do the hardcore we know before Galasi. You know, so then I got to really do something. Then I told, you know, it was like a autobiography where I did the rap about my life. People loved it,
Yeah.
which proves there is listenership.
Of course.
And you can sell all types of music. It's when the labels weren't listening, I thought, right, I keep kind of doing things on the side that make me happy as a real MC, as a musician, as an artist.
Yeah.
You know, everybody loves money. You know, you got to get paid.
Yeah.
My party songs pay me. Bollywood is, you know, a big bonus in my life. I'm very blessed for the love that I've received in India. You know, India gave me love like full open arms.
Yeah, they compared you to the great Bappileri. Is that right? Is that right?
Well, they said
I've had a chance. Yeah, I've had a chance.
Disco was started by Bappileri,
Yeah.
and then this is the new era.
Because I've had a chance to meet Bappileri, and
Yeah.
he wouldn't, you know, just has his
Tim,
shades all the time, and well, you got the chains, but
Well,
you know, not as many as
I'm
you.
only wearing it because, you know, it's the Jyotish that I have to wear.
Yeah. The Jyotishi said that.
So,
Are you superstitious?
No, I think I wear it because it makes my mom happy sometimes, you know. But yeah, it's a different scene now, and it was a different scene then, and this is the same reason why I released my new track, Sherni.
Yeah.
Because no matter what kind of music you make, and I know it pays the bills, but until you do stuff that really makes you happy, you're not going to be very happy.
Yeah.
And out of all the reasons, yes, it's a female empowerment track. I'm talking about something positive, so I get to push a good message. Second thing, it's a real hip hop, track, so I get to show my lyrical skills, you know. And then the funniest thing is, again, back to big salute to Baljeet Kaur, my mother.
Oh.
She calls me up and she's like, you know what? Tu khush hai? I'm like, not really, because I've been doing it, you know, I've been working non-stop since the age of 13.
Yeah.
I've been in India non-stop doing my work for like 8.5 years. And then she's like, you know what, you need to do stuff that makes you happy because we're already proud of you. You're already going to be remembered in history as the first Indian female rapper in the world. But are you happy? And I was like, I really want to do what I do.
Sure.
So she's like, Asi ta proud hai, hun tu karla jo tu karna. So,
Sunday Sherni, tell me about Sherni.
and hence you see,
The
Sherni.
Sherni is born.
Yeah, Sherni was
Sherni is born, but you're always a Sherni, weren't you? You had that.
People-
You had that Sherni power in you always.
People call me
if
all
you
kinds
can
of
beat
names.
up a man and make him run away and never come back, and you know people can read your
I get all
biography and they
kinds
know
of
what I'm
names
talking about.
called to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Sherni is one of them.
Yeah, but why did you go with Sherni? Obviously,
Okay,
this is your brand new track. you're
There's so
performing.
many names. I think,
Yeah.
you know, there's different artists who call me different things. Like you got Zora Randava, he calls me Jatti Saiba. And then you got Vixie Kamzi, Team DG, who do the videos, they call me Ustad G.
Oh.
And then somebody calls me Sherni, and somebody calls me something else. So it's one of those nicknames that I've always had. And Sherni's, you know, the main reason was I've never let myself feel that I'm a girl and I'm unequal in any way to a man, or let my let my religion get in the way, or my race or my color get in the way. I'm a human being first. I don't want to live under pressure that I'm only allowed to do this and I'm only allowed to do this. Then you're limiting yourself. A life is there for you to live.
Yeah.
I believe live and let live. So I'm a human being and I should be able to live my life peacefully without living like a prisoner. In India, there's a scene where women are always treated, ill treatment towards women, it still just doesn't bloody stop. I'm tired of women doing the same job as a man and getting paid less for it, getting called names, getting judged for what you wear. I wrote this song 4.5 years ago when the Nirbhaya case happened.
Yeah.
So some people are like, oh, why don't you release the track? And I'm like, such a sad thing has just happened.
Yeah.
And I was so shocked by it. I'm not supposed to take advantage of that and be releasing songs at that point.
Right.
We need to fix the country.
Yeah.
We need to fix ourselves.
Yeah.
Before it's too late. And why are girls getting treated like this? Look at the era we're living in. It's 2016. You want to have the latest phones. You want to have the latest cars. Everyone's got internet, but your mentality is still over there, where you think women should be treated a different way to men. So I was just fed up, and I thought, you know what? All the girls in India, including, this is a universal problem. How many girls do you see in rap or music? It's the same thing. It's a universal problem. All the girls, I think you all need to be Shernis and just stop accepting all this. Like, it's time to say enough. We're not going to accept this anymore. And that's what I want the girls in India to say. Be a Sherni and just say, we're not going to accept this.
The equality issue.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
What is it? Okay, all of India, we more or less know what happens in India and other countries.
Yeah.
It's just not India,
Yeah.
Where men and women are treated.
It's a universal problem.
What about the Bollywood scene? Because that's where you are and that's where you are staying. You come and visit us now and then in Birmingham or in the UK. But really, Bollywood is your home, and I suppose you have to be, that's your working place as well. What's the actual Bollywood scene like for equality, for women, for the, we see these powerful actresses and, we see these powerful singers from India. What's it scene like for them? Is there still that kind of unequalness in the industry?
Different. Bollywood has a good scene. It doesn't matter. I've seen women run. Most of the industries are awfully run by women anyway. So Bollywood, I haven't seen that issue, where you feel that you're getting treated different. I think girls and boys, female and male, everybody gets treated nice in Bollywood. Bollywood is all about, have you got talent or not? Can you do it or not? And it's about, it's a much tougher competition.
Yeah.
And they're on the next level. They're not even bothered about girl or women. It's about, you got skills, That's what it should be about, really. So no, Bollywood doesn't really see that issue.
And is that how you got in when you got to Bollywood? What was your story when you got into Bollywood?
I haven't really changed.
Because that's not quite a long time ago. I keep on saying that, showing my age. But when you, not your age, that's my age. But when you actually got there, what was the scene like? Because obviously you had the scene here and you had your various problems here, probably with mostly Asians rather than Asian producers.
It doesn't hurt so bad when like a non-Indian person is kind of racist or say something to you. It's not so bad because I've got a lot of love from them as well. What hurts is when your own people are kind of be negative or put you down or demotivate you. I think those are the things that are really, really upsetting.
Right.
I think, unity is one thing that's always let us down. I think even in the England industry, we had a nice industry. We still have a nice industry. I remember having fun, looking forward to gigs and daytimers and all kinds of stuff. And so-and-so is performing live or that band is performing live. We had a good scene, and we just need to keep the unity together and move forward and build good relationships. And don't do exactly what we're known for, that always be segregated. In India, I have loads of friends. I have Gujarati friends, I have Marathi friends, I have Sindhi friends, I have Muslim friends, I have Punjabi friends, I have all kinds of friends. Yeah. And in England, it's almost like Papa Punjabiya, oh Dadeya, oh Dadeya. Really? We shouldn't be segregated. India, it's not even India. We should learn about other people's culture anyway.
It's global.
I love to learn. So best thing to do is eat different types of food, That's the best way to be global. I learned a lot about Mexican culture just because I ate a lot of Mexican food. I learned a lot about the French because I learned, amazing dishes. Food and music is two positive things for you to go and globalize yourself.
Go and explore. Do you cook then, or you just taste them?
Yeah, I'm a really good cook.
Your mom's sitting there,
she knows it. I'm a really, really good cook, and if I wasn't a rapper, if I wasn't hardcore, I would have been in France learning from like the best chefs and probably open my restaurant by now.
Wow.
But I can't cook anything Indian. I can cook everything else. So if you want the most difficult cuisines, difficult dishes. I can do that.
Wow.
But my mom never let me learn Indian food because when I was little, and my auntie be like, oh, roti nahi pakani aandi, tu roti sekate, round roti bana. So if I did pick it up, my mom would go, put it down. Aapa roti pakana nahi sikhna. पैसे कमाने से अपने पैरों पे खड़ी हो. Okay, so it's such a good thing that my mom was always so modern thing. It's not even modern, it's like sense, not common sense. My mom was very sensible in.
Your mom had been through a lot, and she didn't want you to go through that.
She's seen it all. She's like, bills don't stop. Bills don't care if you're happy. Bills don't care if you're sad. You gotta pay the bills. That's why you gotta work. Work.
It's funny because my daughter is turning 18 next week. And we have that same conversation. My mom's going, roti sikha.
Roti sikha.
मैं कितनी बार क्या अमृत इतने बैठे मेरे को सिखला हुन तो सिखा सकते गांव घर जाके दूसरे दे घर जाके की करूं मैं क्या माता है की पता है किसी दे घर जाना नहीं होना आजकल जमाना बदल गया
मैं तो जाना ही नहीं मैं तो इतने ही बैठा आपा दोनों फ्रेंडा
and you don't need to cook in there because you got mom.
Well, I got my cook in India. I don't need it.
And you dedicated your first album to your mom as well. And I know you've been talking about your mom so much, and not because she's sitting there, but I think she's just been such a.
It's so funny for me. She never goes anywhere with me.
So I'd like to say actually a big thank you to your mom for giving us Hard Kaur and for all the music that she's given us as well.
आपको जम्मनली थोड़ा धन्यवाद. My mom's in the studio, guys, so she's never in an interview with me, so this is kind of fun.
I know, it's a pleasure having her here as well. I will put up some social media, put mom in the pictures as well. We want mom, we want credit to be given where it's due.
The original Sherni, original Hard Kaur.
Original.
Not the franchise.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like I said, my children are here because of Patiala House, so you're dabbling into the acting scene as well?
You know what?
I'm
not an actor, I would say. I
think you just need to be yourself.
मैं किसी angle तो actor नहीं है, ठीक है? I love music.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Akshabaji asked me to be in Patiala House. I was supposed to just do the 2 tracks. That's what I went for.
Right.
And then next thing I read the script and they're like, you should play one of my sisters, and I was like, nobody dresses like that in England. They're like, no, but we need to make it look really bad. I went, why? So you can make me look much better later. So, I've never done a middle party in my life, and choti, my mom never let me wear that stuff. So it was nice. It was a really good experience, I love music. I don't want to be any actor. But obviously, as you get older, I find that Indian cinema has changed, that they've got more characters for people like me. Make me play a boxer or make me play a crazy chick or a villain. I love that kind of stuff. So I've just done another, I'm coming in another movie. बहुत छोटा role है 10 मिनट का, but I'm going to play the villain's daughter, Don's daughter, so I'm quite happy about that.
You'll be playing the Don soon, because as what you said, the cinema's changing, and women rolling, women are controlling the industry, so you guys will play Dons. हाँ जी मैं तो free हो जाना मेरे न्याने हों.
You can be my Shaka.
मेरे न्याने थोड़े से बड़े हो गए, I'll be free, no problem.
You can be my Shaka.
I think I might change the name. I might change the name, I'm not sure about Shaka. Let's talk about Sherni again, because it's a huge track, and I love the name, and it describes you, I think, Sherni. And I think even prior to that as well, you've always kind of like, through musically, you've tried to sort of not explain yourself, but try to fight against against what's happening.
Odds,
against the odds, and you've done well against the odds as well. It's okay for us now sitting here. Yeah, we know Hard Kaur, but there must have been a time when we were on Hard Kaur. God, what kind of name is that? We've been, I'm probably guilty of one of those in my days of radio. But
naughty. But, so now you know.
But once you hear the inspiration behind your story, and I think it's an amazing achievement. So you got film coming out, and you've done stuff.
I'm concentrating right now on becoming a very big music director. That's
director, and you got your record label launching
I just launched my label, which is Future Records India. Sherni is the first release on it. So I've launched. People go, how can you launch your own label in India? And I'm like, I just did it.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal. It's like you got to really be determined and disciplined, and you can do it. And I learned everything. I'm still learning of how you run a label and your own vendors and things like that. So I'm learning all that, and I'm going to start releasing other people's music on it. So there's other artists that I've signed. There's a kid called Satinder, and I know a lot of people.
Sataj?
No, this is Satinder. The singer is very small kid.
Okay.
I think you all guys know him from Chote Ustad. He did a performance in Chote Ustad many years ago.
Right.
I looked for that kid for about 4 years.
Oh, right.
Because he was promised by a few people that we're going to help you out. When I called him, I said, why are you not doing music anymore? He's like, is industry che koi kisi di help nahi karta, isliye main music nahi karta. And I went, tu pagal hai? The way you sing, if I could sing like that, end ho gaya. So you're not quitting.
Yeah.
And I started recording his music just so he feels a bit more boosted, like, okay, if Hard Kaur's recording with me, I must be good.
Right.
So I'm recording his tracks. He's going to release some of his tracks. Maybe on my label, maybe on, if somebody can make him bigger.
But if somebody comes to your door for music, that's a huge door.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing, and thank you for helping that kid.
And
I'm sure we're going to see many more children.
It's also the people who deserve it.
Yeah.
The level of singing, jehdi kala hai, bahut zyada next level diya.
Yeah.
Also, it's the attitude. If you're not hungry, if you're not going to work and you're not dedicated, there's no point of me helping you because you can't help people who don't want to help themselves.
Yeah.
So it's great being talented, but now you need to have a drive that I want to make it because this is not an easy industry.
Yeah.
You have to be strong, especially girls. If you want to do this, the advice I would give to girls is that, listen, if I can come from nowhere, I've seen the days where we didn't have food and we've seen poverty and, we've seen good days. But I don't have no rich daddy with some big company or whatever. No, I can come from nowhere and make it and be sitting in front of you today, in front of you guys. You can do it too. Anyone can do it because I believed one thing that my mom always said to me, that nothing is impossible. Bas tusi effort karo, himmat honi chahiye, dimag bhi hona chahiye thoda ja. So yeah,
Muscle bhi hona chahiye.
वो भी होना चाहिए. Because I used to also believe that it's working hard. Now I believe work hard and work smart.
Does it get easier where you are now from where you were before? Because you're at top of the the hierarchy, at the top of the tree at the moment. Is it easier then to launch record labels, to launch your businesses, to launch other bits and bobs? I was going to say,
Chadde Suraj nu sad salam karte. So people will listen to me a bit more now, where I probably won't have a chance before.
Sure.
So that's a good thing. But it's also, why are you doing this? Again, it comes back to the motive. We need to keep good music alive.
Yeah.
We need to push independent music. And we need to support each other, and that's how we're going to move forward. And again, if I can get to a level now where I can release tracks on my own label in a place like India, nothing can stop me.
Yeah.
So I will carry on doing as much as I can because there's another thing. Instead of sitting around wasting time on faltu chija, like talking about other people and discussing other people, it's better that you do something or help someone do something. बैठ के तुसी टाइम ना वेस्ट करो. ਆਪਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਆਪਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜੀਣਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ.
That's Gurdas Man's fault, because he did a chugliyan, didn't he?
So yeah, I'm just saying, live and let live is my rule, and from where I come from, if you don't have the right mind or you're not that talented and you want to do music for the wrong reason, don't do it. That's another thing.
So do you have to be strong up there as well? Emotionally,
very
emotionally strong.
Yeah,
to take on the criticism or
everybody has bad days. I've had my bad days.
Yeah.
I've had my controversies. I've gone and said things without being diplomatic because that's the person.
You're quite
I am.
opinionated.
No, it's not that. Jera sach bolda oda hi naam badnaam hunda hai, I always say. But jida Harish Chandra siga, he was also badnaam. Because he used to always say the truth. Onne jo marji ko one bolna sach is. So oda bhi naam badnaam hunda. So I feel that no one's perfect. Everyone's human. I've had my stage of my little craziness and learning stage and the backstabbing that might come from the industry. But you know what? No matter what you do in life, it's hard. You can be a host. You can work at the bank. Even if you're a pilot or you're a cabin crew, no matter who you are, every job is going to be hard. But live, enjoy, and let live. Stop being picky on little things because time nikal janda.
Yeah, before you know
it. So enjoy karo, jio.
Or Jine Do.
Or Jine Do.
Gio or Jine Do.
Yes.
That's a trademark, that's my dialogue, right?
Yeah.
It could be Amrish Puri somewhere, but who knows? What a legend. Amrish Puri, one of my favourite actors. Proper actor, right?
This is
no, not because of the hairstyle.
Because of Shaan, the movie Shaan se.
Not because of the hairstyle, but I just think as an actor,
Amish
he was one of the
yeah.
he's one of the legends. Which actors do you rate? Obviously, you live in the industry now.
I love people like Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Vidya Balan, Irfan Khan, Naseeruddin
Irfan
Shah,
Khan, yeah.
Smita Patil. You know, it's the people who you call actors.
Actors.
Yeah, if you say to me, who's beautiful?
Yeah.
I love Deepika. I think she's so hot and she's perfect as an Indian, actress, and I love her. But if you ask me about acting, I'm going to say Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Vidya Balan, Divya Datta.
Oh yes.
She's amazing, apni Punjabi. So,
and their delivery and everything.
yeah,
is so
they're
good as well.
amazing actors.
Okay, I know we've been sort of talking forever, but Sherni is out.
It's out now.
out.
You can get it on iTunes, Savan, Nangama, Artist Loud, whatever. It's everywhere.
And people want to follow you, and I'm sure they know where you are.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and Twitter. I'm very active, and I do post regularly and respond.
Yeah.
So I'm on Facebook, official Hard Kaur World. You can catch me on Twitter, Hard Kaur World, or official Hard Kaur, and the same one.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm not going to let you go because, as I've told you, Amanveer and Sim are here, and they're big fans
Yes.
of Patiala. And Sim's actually a bit of a rapper as well.
Oh my God!
But she probably won't rap for you, but she's very good.
Okay.
So you have to do a bit of Patiala House because otherwise they'll be saying,
Okay,
we're not
for
going
sure.
to let you go. Then we want to hear a bit of Sherni as well.
Okay, cool.
Free time, and children.
Okay, Patiala, roll up here, right? I'm telling you, so let's go. Feel it in the tempo. We don't care about them, we just triple like Nintendo. We're gonna bust it off. Feel the music in your bones. DJ, play that tune, give me something new. We're gonna party all night now. Ba 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 ba. Oh!
Hey!
Wow. He did Tolkien beatbox. Tolkien beatbox. That was
Hey,
good.
I know you're looking for
That's
artists.
different.
And I'm a little bit old, but
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with
Especially ਅੱਜ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੰਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਪਿੰਕ ਸ਼ਰਟ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਮੁੰਡਾ
ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਵਰਗੀ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਇੰਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਰੱਖੜੀ ਇਸ ਵਾਰ ਮੈਂ
ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ
ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਰੱਖੜੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ
ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਫਿਰ
ਨਹੀਂ ਮੇਰੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਹੀ
ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ?
ਮੇਰੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਹੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੇਫ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਇਸ
ਠੀਕ
ਕੰਮ
ਹੈ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਭੈਣਾਂ
ਤੇ ਨਾਲੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੇਰੀ ਭੈਣ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੀ
ਸ਼ੇਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਂ ਚਲੋ ਜੀ ਆਉਣ ਦੇ ਭੈਣ
शेरनी है शेरनी है शेरनी है जट्टी बोल दिया तो बोल दिया मैं पीछे नहीं हटी आंख मिला लो और तुड़ा लो फ्री में अपनी हड्डी I'm a champion K-I-A I got too much swagger in my DNA Woo!
Hard Kaur, thank you.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for
That was very
having me.
heartfelt and I enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Oh,
And I wish you,
with the lal ho
I wish, that's the reflector of my head, I think. That's what it is. That's what it is. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you,
wish you all the best. Good luck with everything.
Thank
Good
you
luck with
so
your new
much.
film as well.
Thank
Even
you
if it's 10
so-
minutes, we know that you're from Birmingham.
Oh yeah, thank you
Represent-
Birmingham. Thank you Britasia, and thank you Britasia for supporting artists like us,
Yeah.
especially independent music.
Yeah. You're going to sing away with us. Whatever. I know you've done a few, but whatever you want. Your favorite.
Okay, cool. 4 बज गए लेकिन पार्टी अभी बाकी है टल्ली गिर गए लेकिन पार्टी अभी बाकी है मेरे डैडी है नाराज लेकिन पार्टी अभी बाकी है ब्रिटेशिया पे आ गए आफ्टर पार्टी अभी बाकी है